LSU football fans went on a wild roller coaster ride this season with Brian Kelly's exit and the quick hiring of Lane Kiffin. Millions of dollars spent like singles as Louisiana's flagship university sent their head football coach packing, fearing the Tigers were stuck in neutral. Our chief investigator, Chris Nakamoto, investigates this buyout boom, leaving universities like LSU on the hook. Chris.
Good evening, Liz. Kelly's $54 million buyout added to a total that broke records last year for fired coaches. And tonight there are calls for change to rein in bloated spending. It's game day at the Grove in Oxford, Mississippi.
Hotty toddy, let's go.
And many of these rebels are reeling.
Hotty toddy, go Rebels.
I think it was a terrible decision. Thought he was a better guy.
We hate him too.
Lane Kiffin!
He sucks!
Lane Kiffin's dramatic departure for LSU at the end of 2025 shook college football fans across America as teams chase gridiron glory. That's because he replaced one of the 15 head coaches fired in 2025 with contracted buyouts worth a total of $228 million. The top listed buyout amount of the year at LSU, Kiffin's new turf.
This is my responsibility. We've got to get it turned around.
That fired coach, Brian Kelly, who was abruptly fired following an abysmal performance of the Tigers against Texas A&M, losing 49-25 in October. Emails obtained through a public records request show fans demanded the university make a change while the game was still in progress. Fire Brian Kelly now. This expletive is pathetic what I'm watching. I can't deal with it no more. Change came quickly. Within hours of these emails flooding the inbox of athletic director Scott Woodward, Kelly was gone. But his buyout to leave, $54 million, the second largest in college football history. And that wasn't the only buyout LSU was on the hook for.
I'm never going to make a decision on money. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know what my contract is here.
It also had to send money over to Oxford. Built into Kiffin's new contract, LSU paid hundreds of thousands to Ole Miss for his buyout and playoff wins. Plus, his new contract with LSU is now the second highest in college football, worth $91 million.
The coaches have all the leverage right now, whether they're leaving or coming in.
We went all the way to Ohio to interview David Ridpath, a professor of sports business at Ohio University, a university that just terminated its football coach for cause in December. Brian Smith is now demanding a $2.5 million buyout after the university sent him packing.
The school is saying they're not going to pay the buyout. I think eventually they're going to have to.
Our investigative team looked at coaching data around the country and found the staggering $228 million in contracted buyouts in 2025 broke records for the largest buyouts in college athletics. Our team crunched the numbers and found 2025 buyouts could fund the entire 1,700 student freshman class at Harvard, one of America's most prestigious Ivy League colleges.
Again, it's spend, spend, and spend, and it's not managing those dollars like the rest of the university has to do. So it's about time we figure out a way, and working through Congress is a way to force college athletics programs to manage their revenue better.
In 2025, the SEC was on the hook for at least $138 million for 5 coaches not to work. Brian Kelly's buyout, $54 million. Kentucky's Mark Stoops, $38 million. Florida's Billy Napier, $21 million. Followed by Auburn's Hugh Freeze at nearly $16 million, and Arkansas's Sam Pittman, $9.3 million. If Arkansas had waited a bit longer, a reduced buyout agreement would have kicked in, saving the school $3.6 million.
If you don't win in the SEC, you're not going to last very long. Not that that's right, but that is the culture that is set.
Kiffin and Kelly's buyouts are made possible through mega contracts, leaving universities on the hook. That money is sometimes paid for by private donors or athletic foundations, like in Brian Kelly's case.
Private money becomes state money. Just because it's privately donated doesn't mean that that is a free-for-all that can be just given to coaches and that's your get-out-of-jail-free card. All money is state money.
We reviewed Lane Kiffin's new contract and found money built in for courtesy vehicles from luxury car dealerships, access to private planes, golf memberships, millions of dollars worth of incentives if they win postseason games, incentives some argue shouldn't exist because coaches are already paid to do the job.
I think we've driven ourselves off the cliff, and now, sadly, Congress is going to have to be the ones to rescue us.
I love Lane Kiffin. I think it's a bigger school. I think that it's awesome that he went there.
That was sorry how he lived.
It was a great 6 years, but it was time for him to move on. He did.
Thanks for the past 6 years. That's all I can say.
There's no way a coach should be able to leave a team in the middle of the year to go, especially to an in-conference rival. It's ridiculous.
Back at the Grove, many rebels echo Rid Path's demand for reform. Lane Kiffin's abrupt exit has fans buzzing as a painful sting of betrayal lingers. While in Baton Rouge, hope for the Tigers roars back to life. In October, U.S. Representative Michael Baumgardner of Washington introduced a bill that would limit annual compensation and cap buyouts of any athletics department employee. The measure was introduced in the House and referred to the House Committee on Education, where it sits now. For the WAFBI team, I'm Chris Nakamoto. Liz?
All right, Chris, that was a fascinating look. Thank you.